Hi class, Dr. Colson. I'm going to talk about what you need to do for Chapter 3. So in Chapter 3, I have your PowerPoint. I also have, and you've noticed this in some of the other chapters, your chapter resources. These are books and articles that are found within the section that we'll talk about, as well as here are videos and the websites that you'll need for those as well. But you have your Chapter 3 PowerPoint as your guide to help you go through as you're reading Chapter 3. Chapter 3 happens to be the history of the law of children with disabilities. This is a very interesting chapter because special ed has had quite a colorful background. And it wasn't that long ago that we were treating students with disabilities a lot different than we were treating students without disabilities. So like I said, it's been quite an interesting last 20, 30, 40 years. I have quite a few videos for you to watch that are kind of give you some idea of some history and some things that are happening even now in special ed. So first is Brown versus the Board of Education. A lot of you have heard of that one, and that was where segregation and those kinds of things. The signing of ESEA, that's the Elementary Secondary Education Act, better known as No Child Left Behind, and now Every Student Succeeds Act, ESSA. Here is another video, Lives Worth Living. Then you have your self-check quiz for Chapter 3. Your big assignment for this chapter is a case brief. So on the case brief, you're going to learn how to analyze a case. So I'm going to click on this so we can kind of take a look at this for just a second. So if you look here, hang on, I will show you. So here is the assignment. So the purpose of this exercise is to learn how to analyze a case. So you're actually going to be reading a legal case brief. You'll be graded on completion, thoroughness, and accuracy. The assignment's worth 20 points. You may choose one of the following briefs, to brief. So the first one is Brown versus the Board of Education, which you saw a little video to kind of give you an idea about that one. And then the Pennsylvania Association for Retarded Citizens, better known as PARC versus Pennsylvania. You would have watched something in Chapter 2. I had a little video about that one. And then we have Mills versus the Board of Education to kind of give you an idea on what those are. So you'll look at those. So then you're going to do the name. I also have, here is some case text and things like that where you can actually find, but you can click on these to actually get the case law. So, and make sure you follow this format. Number one, I want you to put the name and citation of the case. To cite a case, make sure you're using APA for those. Hence, a lot of it's kind of already there for you. As you can see, I've listed those at the top. Number two, you're going to talk about the facts. So you're going to explain the essential facts of the case. So think about if you were trying to tell someone who'd never heard about these. So if I ask you, now tell me, what is the Brown versus the Board of Education? So tell me the story of the case. Explain it to me. Number three, you're going to tell me the decision of the administrative hearing in lower court. So state the decision in administrative hearing in lower court. Number four is the rationale. So this is a very important part of the case. So make sure you explain the gist of the court ruling. So why the court did what it did. A lot of times the justices will have their opinions written. So that's what you're going to explain on that. And then number five, the ruling of the court. Number six, the scope of the holding. So what was the jurisdiction, the population addressed by the court? And then the significance. So how was this case significant to the field of education? This is a really important piece too. So as you're explaining to tell me, what would have happened if this case wouldn't have been about? So why is this important? You'll have a couple of these to do throughout the time, but this is your first one. And like I said, any of these three will be fine for you to select. And then you have your Chapter 3 quiz. Okay, well, that's it for this chapter, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.